One of the most frustrating experiences for men over 40 is how unpredictable fat loss can feel. One week you're losing weight, the next week nothing happens, and then suddenly the scale goes up again. And many men assume their metabolism is broken. But in most cases, the real issue is metabolic instability. Here's the real important part. In your 20s and 30s, fat loss was much more predictable. You could eat less, train harder, and the body usually responded well. But after 40, many men notice that the same strategies they used in their 20s stop working the way they used to. Progress becomes inconsistent, and that inconsistency creates a lot of frustration. You see, after 40, fat loss becomes much more sensitive to daily stress signals. Sleep quality, work stress, training load, fuel timing, and recovery. These signals constantly influence how the body manages energy. When those signals fluctuate too much, the nervous system begins protecting energy instead of releasing it. Think of the metabolism like a system constantly evaluating safety. If the body senses stability, it becomes more willing to release stored fat. But if the body senses instability from poor sleep, aggressive dieting, excessive training, or chronic stress, it becomes more defensive. Energy expenditure drops, fat release slows down, and progress becomes unpredictable. Now, most disciplined men respond to unpredictable fat loss by increasing effort. They slash calories, they add more workouts, and they increase cardio. But those strategies often increase the same stress signals that are already creating metabolic instability. So the cycle continues. More effort, less response, and more frustration. The key here is that after 40, fat loss becomes much easier when the body senses consistent metabolic stability, like predictable sleep timing, consistent meal structure, strategic training volume, and a lower overall stress load. When those signals stabilize, the metabolism becomes much more cooperative and fat loss becomes predictable again. So if fat loss feels inconsistent or unpredictable for you, the issue may not be effort. It may be instability within your metabolic system. Now, if you want to see which metabolic signals may be affecting your fat loss, make sure to take the metabolic self-assessment linked below in the description or at the top of this channel. It's going to show you which metabolic switches are offline and which ones are still working. Now remember, after 40, fat loss follows stability and not intensity. Let's make sure to rebuild your metabolism.